And I'm switching seats here.
Here we have some thingies.
Yep, my glasses.
Oh, we need to start to actually put on the lights and so on, it seems. Getting darker now.
Getting darker.
It's Sweden.
It's summer in Sweden, it's dark.
Yeah.
That's a problem. But yes, I got some. That's probably his as well.
We talked about the best beer in Magic.
Can I continue to... No. Because we have pairings for organizers.
Okay.
So need to set up next feature match. We have a suggestion on featuring Danny Friedman, who took down the winter tournament with Twiddlewalt, which he brings today again, and playing against.
So Danny has been playing Twiddlewalt in many. He's probably the best Twiddlewalt player right now. I would say
he is. The fun thing is he's playing Audun, who is famous for doing some fun decks, and he's playing a sacrifice deck with Rooks and Ashnod's Altar and stuff like that. So also a bit combo-ish. So I think Danny and Audun is a good feature match.
Yep. And like Danny also, we did stream one of his finals, I believe, or did I watch the stream? I don't remember.
Yes.
Where real life begins and where the streaming starts.
No, I did something.
And ends. But so clearly there's differences between the types of like rulings, or if you're playing a lot of strip mines new format, or if you're playing like we did last year when we had scryings going on. Scryings got enabled the Twiddlewalt deck a bunch with Emerald Charm. But it's a cool combo deck.
What? That was probably me doing something.
Yeah. And we're seeing some kind of sacrifice deck. The problem that might be, I have not looked at the decks yet for the sacrifice deck, if he's playing a lot of like control magic-ish cards, because you're not needing any creatures in this matchup.
No, the both decks will do what they want to do
Exactly.
in this one.
Like two ships passing silently into the night, passing each other.
Okay, sure. Whatever you say. Stomp You Dead gifted a tier 1 sub to Joel King. I love it. And Joel King is here with 2 different accounts in Twitch chat as well. Big thanks, Stomp You Dead. If you didn't do the shout out, I was guessing no, so.
Yeah. Ice Storm. Yeah, that's a good beer.
I'm still drinking the same beer. This is the last glass of that.
This is my third beer. But Gordon is going into the more heavy duty, like alcoholic beer later on. I'm still going. I'm going like this, but I'm doing more of the amount. Gordon is going like up with the alcohol level, and I don't know, with the amount, maybe a bit up. I don't know.
Who knows? But the players are getting ready, so we will see. I need to do like all the setup and stuff.
So as we mentioned, we will need to see we're fixing so to see the right type of decks and players being played. We might not even be able to look at the decks before we're seeing the match, but let's see what happens. The Twiddlewalt deck, what it wants to do is play a bunch of Howling Mines and take a bunch of turns. What the sacrifice deck wants to do is bring out a bunch of Rook eggs and then sacrifice them. We also have...
No, actually Suchi animate dead.
Okay.
And Fireball
Yeah.
is the big thing here,
So we
but
have
also
the
making
end
roots.
game or whatever.
Yeah. So this is very close to what I've been playing on stream in multiple iterations over and over. And he's playing, we'll do super short.
Yeah.
That's why I'm interrupting you, because you're never short, and we need to go to the game.
Well, someone needs to
And
speak.
Twiddlewalt is Danny's deck of choice for this
Yeah.
matchup. And the players have shuffled up and are ready to play, so...
Yeah. We're waiting
we
for
are-
that to happen.
Yeah, but Twiddlewalt we do know, so we'll go back to having a look at this one. What do you think about it?
I think the main game plan is actually trying to get out sushis, and like we saw in the earlier game match. That is, I'm having difficulties separating game and match, but we saw Henk playing a bunch of artifact robots, and that's like the main plan. We do have the rook egg here also, like aggressive start or whatever with the monovolts. But then we have the thing you're mentioning, like sacrificing and getting a bunch of mana.
Yep.
And we also have the recursion of getting a animate dead on like the things you sacrifice. So there's more of a combo-ish element to what we're seeing here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if sound works with players. Hello, players. Can you hear me, Gordon Anderson? Hello, players. Can you hear me? They can't. Okay.
Vi kan vara Adun. Jag kan nog prata med Adun.
Yeah, we lost one player. That's the problem here.
Is Adun hearing us?
No, I just...
Because I can message you.
Hello, players. Can you hear me? Players. No, they have muted or done something. Because my voice is going out and Danny has... Because one of the players have decided to stop the feature match. And the other player can't hear me because he's turned off the sound. Hello, players. Do your thing, Seb.
Yeah, no, I'm actually talking with Adun. I'm trying to talk with Adun. That's the player we're seeing, but we don't see the other player. So, yeah, they're probably getting things set up now. I don't know if he's seeing me, Adun. I'm trying to talk with him in chat.
Yeah, I'm even using the Telaria chat.
Yeah, but I'm doing the messenger just in case.
Yeah, let's
now
see.
we have picture, right? No? Yep. So that's cool.
So let's see, Auden, can you hear me? And no one can hear me from the player area.
They can't hear.
Okay. Oh, we need to fix this camera. And there's a delay?
We're getting things set up anyhow, and they're getting ready. We're not into the game yet, but yeah. Hell's Caretaker would have been fine in this one, and I kind of agree with you. I love that card. Gordon's been playing it with it a bunch. No audio coming in from the feature match area. What's
Hello, players. Can you hear me?
and
Okay.
det här är ju this is where. Yeah.
So, yeah, something is very screwed up with the tech part here.
We do see the game at least.
Yeah.
But they can't hear us right now.
Yeah, and we're getting double sound from one of them.
The important parts are here. And we're getting more light. Turn 1 from Auden here is an underground sea. Danny is trying to set up like guessing. Okay, so the library is a good part or one part of what you're needing when you're going off with the Twiddle Wall. So there's a lot of 2-drops overall. But this is one of the combo decks that a lot of the old school combo decks uses green actually. He's pointing at Sylvan and drawing 3 extra cards, but choosing whether or not to take damage from them. For each card he keeps, he takes 4 damage. Thank you, Cree Alb. Don't worry, guys. You're doing a great job. Thanks so much. Yeah, I'm fine. Everyone's fine.
Trying our best at least.
Yeah, we're having beer. No one is sad in any way. We're just trying to get things sorted out. And
Slightly overexposed.
Yeah.
That is probably.
we can fix that sooner or later. The problem here is we went to night here in Sweden, even though it's just like 4 o'clock or something.
We also have the deck command that is usually okay on stream to see what decks are played. We'll just give you other themes. Today we won't have the decks for the tournament live, of course.
Yeah. And we have the signature card from Danny Friedman being played.
Yeah.
With the time vault. So he has like 2 pieces of the combo, I'd say, being assembled.
No.
Well, he needs a Howling Mine and he needs a Twiddle Vault, right?
Like, Time Vault and Howling Mine is the combo. And then you need to draw the Twiddles. But that's something you just chain and do. Like, the combo is Howling and Time Vault.
Yeah, I think that Sylvan is like at least the spice, what you say, frosting on the cake or something.
It is more that, but like you can't go off with a Sylvan. You need a Howling to be able to go off.
Yeah, we do see here from Adun, like this is his first aggressive move.
Yeah, but he needs to do something before Danny.
Yeah. And as we mentioned before going into the game, it's like both of the players are doing separate stuff that don't really interact with each other. So I'm kind of thinking that Danny is a bit ahead here, I'd say. With especially no interactions. He actually untapped, like he gave an extra turn there for Odin. So what we see here is Danny is like as we mentioned, the best kind of player of Twitter Vault. So maybe that's the way to go then. Like because of maybe Howling Mine. If you're playing Howling Mine and you take an extra turn, you don't even need to tap it down, right? So he paused the turn. Give an extra turn to Odun, not having any like anything going on really. And then he gets to take an extra turn with the Howling Mine. And with the Sylvan Mine, Sylvan Library, that is. Sylvan Mine, maybe.
Howling Mine.
Sylvan Mine, you know? With the Howling Mine and the
Now
Sylvan,
the combo is
Sylvan Library.
assembled. Howling
Exactly.
Mine is there.
Yeah, but now with the Sylvan Library and the Howling Mine, yeah, you get to take 4 cards. You draw 4 cards and you take in 2 of them. And we have a twiddle, and this is going off.
Oh, and a Chaos Orb, so he can buy himself some more time if he wants. But seems good here. But yeah, we seem to have one tech issue. That was the same earlier, where the players, for some reason, can't hear us. But hopefully that will be fine.
Yeah.
But we can't interview the players or tell them or ask them things,
Yeah.
which is for me super important.
The biggest problem is also if something wrong is going
Exactly.
on and we catch it, we can't really address the situation. So
Yeah.
they're doing their thing right now, but like last match, everything is going well as of now. So he's activating the Chaos Orb, and this is a situation where he's sacrificing his sushi because
Why would you?
exactly.
It doesn't do anything.
You can't do anything with 4 colorless mana in your opponent's turn. If you would have sacrificed the sushi, you could just take another card.
Yeah. Yeah, that probably also means Danny will take it a bit slow. He's not under any pressure.
Yeah.
But if that sushi survived, he plays another land.
Yeah.
He could play a sacrifice for 8 mana, 9, 10, 11. He could have a fireball for 11 after attacking
Yeah.
for 4. He was 1. No, for 12. No, the sacrifice costs 1. He was 1 damage away from killing Danny in that case.
Yeah, but the Diamond Valley.
With an enemy dead, he would have killed Danny with.
Okay, yeah,
Because then he can sacrifice with Diamond Valley for 4 more mana.
exactly. So he's not out of the woods. That's what, if he's pausing the turn.
No, but it is the card sacrifice being needed there for doing something like that, and Danny can of course have a counter spell. But yeah, in a magical Christmas land, or so to speak, he could have died that turn. That's the cool part about Odin's deck and why I like that setup. Not something we see that much in old school, but I believe you can brew something pretty okay with it.
Yeah, like recurring graveyard themed decks.
Yeah, something with rook eggs and suchis for either big fireballs or making multiple
And
rooks.
what we're seeing here now is the 3rd. So actually Danny has 2 turns. I don't know if the dice he has up there that says 1, it might be his next turn. So he takes an extra card from one of the Sylvans. They actually stack, right? So there's a lot of triggers going on, and this is why, you can look at the deck and you can say okay, I understand what it does, but there's a lot of small parts that actually need to address. And he actually chooses
It's
to
a hard deck to
untap.
play.
It's a hard deck to play. And actually he chooses to untap. With one of the extra turns he has, he untapped. No. Okay, he hasn't tapped it yet, I guess. I don't know.
You don't need to tap it straight away.
Yeah, you're right. So that's why you don't... And not tapping it, you don't need to keep the second turn in mind, I guess, also. Dan is playing Magic with himself. Yeah. Yeah.
That's why you... But I like showing this feature match for one reason. Some people think this is very boring to play against and blah, 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 ban this and whatnot.
Okay.
Well, if you look at Vintage or Legacy or Modern or so on, there are combo decks.
Yeah.
The thing is, you need to understand that decks like this exist, and therefore you need to build a sideboard to make your deck work against it. That's the whole point of Magic. And I'm more very positive. I'm so happy that this is a real deck now. There is one good combo deck in old school.
Yeah.
For first time in...
There might be some other good combo decks, I guess.
But there is
yeah.
one top tier, so
Yeah.
to speak.
And I think especially because Dan is doing such an excellent job of like doing the small things that makes it tick.
Ashnel's Altar. That's 8 mana on board.
So he can sacrifice. He has a bunch of sacrifice outlets going right now, right? He has the
He has 3 of them.
Yeah, he has the Sage, and he has the Altar, and he has the Diamond Valley. So sacrificing is not a problem.
No. But Dan is also drawing a lot of cards, and like
We haven't mentioned what.
he goes off this turn.
Yeah, what makes the deck goes off is all of the like recursion cards, right? You need to find cards from your graveyard, and it's like cards like Regrowth and especially
do you mean Danny's
Recall.
deck?
Danny's deck, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Like he has at least 2 Twiddles. I think the last card is a Twiddle as well. Maybe not. No, there's 2.
No, there's 3 Twiddles in the graveyard.
Okay, yeah, the last card there in the bottom is...
So one Recall would be devastating right now.
Yeah, because he
And,
can play a Recall for 3 and Twiddle.
Yeah.
Because he has that amount of mana. And then you're drawing, what is it? 9 extra cards.
Yeah.
Because you have 3 turns.
And you could probably take like at least 4 damage from one of the draws.
Exactly.
And here we have it.
Just for 2.
Yeah.
We're updating the beer now to St. Bernard's Abt 12.
And that's
very good quadruple.
game.
And Odin knows.
So how does one win with that deck then? Maybe we should.
We'll start to see Danny's deck then. So Danny is doing the stupid thing.
Yeah, you think. And that's
No, but that's because it's evil.
it's decking, right?
Yes, Braingazer is his only win con, but he can't Braingazer for enough. So he needs to Braingazer, Mana Drain the Gazer,
Yeah.
and do it again.
And recalling it or regrowthing
regrowthing
it,
it.
or yeah. So what we would see going like if when Danny had played Magic with himself enough, he would have played a large spell, probably Braingazer as you mentioned. Is it a fireball there?
It is a fireball in the sideboard, usually.
No, is it a main? I see a fireball.
What?
Okay.
Where?
Next to the Braingazer? Isn't that a fireball?
I
Or is it
I don't know, actually.
There might be a fireball also then.
It doesn't seem like Danny to be that nice.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes you don't even need a fireball anyhow. It looks like a fireball. We're enhance.
Exactly. That is a fireball.
Okay, so we do have one.
He is
fireball.
actually being nice today.
Yeah, okay.
And drunkenness level will absolutely go up 1.
Yeah. It's the American themed thing to do is have a lot of signs on your card, and we do see a bunch of signs on that
this
fireball.
here.
That's why it looks so dark. It's not only alpha; it's a bunch of signs also going in between there. But it's a fireball and the Braingazer for the win.
Yep. And he will bring in a Tormod's Crypt.
Yeah.
Probably not much else. If he knows the deck, maybe Blue Elemental Blast to not get fireballed to death.
Maybe one Hercules, because we did see some
some creatures.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 Hercules actually, because of all of the artifact threats.
Yeah, but it doesn't stop the combo,
No,
which
but
I think.
all you need to do is have more turns than your opponent.
Yeah, it is a pseudo time walk.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but I don't think he needs that. But
no, but I think you might be right. The only reason you might be right is if he's more what's the aggressive deck here?
That's of course Odin who needs to kill.
Yeah, no, he needs to be aggressive, but what's the most who gets there first? And I'm kind of figuring Danny does
Danny
that.
is very favored in this matchup.
So he don't need that many answers then.
Exactly.
He needs to be able to.
That was my thought. Like I don't think he needs to sideboard.
He might need to answer the answers, and that's Hercule.
Exactly.
Hercule does that also in a way. I don't know.
But like he's not afraid of anything in Odin's deck.
Yeah.
Odin needs to stop Danny enough to be able to himself go off or just kill him.
Yeah.
So that's where it lies, and for that Odin, that's probably only two red elemental blasts
In the sideboard. Yeah.
Yeah, only two. But those are coming in.
Yeah, and
Hercule's
boomerangs.
recall is going in.
Yeah, and boomerangs.
I would do that.
Yeah, I would absolutely bring them in, and I would take out like one or even two of the Tetravus.
Yeah, the big creatures are a bit too slow here.
Maybe one of the altars. If we need to take out 4 cards, I would keep in everything that's like low curve. Maybe even the recall.
Balance should go.
Yeah, balance don't do that much, but recall is a card that you might think around. I think that's a sideboard decision you always need to have with recall because it's
Recall is too slow.
you need to put in so much into it if your opponent brings in red elemental blast. But I don't know if it
I
does
usually board out against red because of Reb. Like you put in 7 mana and the opponent.
Exactly.
Like so, it usually goes out.
But mainly because it's so slow.
What's the third blue card between Hercules and Brain Gazer? That's the Sage of Lot Nam.
Yeah.
Let's see if this works now.
So the Sage is
Your favorite card?
yeah, my absolute favorite card. People need to know that you need to address this as soon as possible. Because if you leave the Sage open, all your removal or whatever is... We're going down to the match area. All your removal is kind of not 1-for-1 anymore.
No.
And all your mocks and things in your middle and late game become another card. So
Like the Sage...
I would keep them in because we mentioned a bunch of cards you can take out, but they're not like the best cards in this matchup. Maybe.
No. But overall, a better card than most think.
Yeah. Clearly.
Like turning Moxen into cards when you have mana enough, or as you said, if you have a Suchi and the opponent plays Disenchant, you sacrifice it for a card, and it's a 0-for-1 or a 2-for-1. Like
so much value. It's not good against red decks basically because maybe red decks brings in red elemental blast and maybe red decks plays lightning bolt.
yeah.
And like in Odin's case, he's not playing that many lightning bolt targets except himself.
Yeah, but that's very true. Like against lightning bolts.
Yeah, ATOG is a better choice, and that goes for the discussion usually goes between swords,
robots.
We're playing robots, playing artifacts, and playing Sage or ATOG.
Ooh, Demonic Tutor here for his turn. So sacrificing Lotus for black. Is it just ancestral?
Yeah, or Time Walk, because we mentioned him. Like this deck plays very many like recursion graveyard cards. So if you're having a regrowth, if you're figuring you want the Time Walk and you like,
I can see
there's situations you could go Time Walk there.
Like I could see that idea to just have it there, but also it's in this case it doesn't give that much advantage. He wants to build up his mana though, so Time Walk is not just cycling.
I could see. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, because I was going to for Cloud Goats here. Because that's the other like obvious thing to think about.
No, you could get Time Walk, Mox, and Time Walk, Mox, and Holy Mind.
he has one mana floating. So if he gets a Howling Mine, he can play it.
It doesn't really matter, yeah.
He has one black floating.
Yeah, but
and Howling Mine is absolutely a reasonable choice here, because you need it to combo off.
Yeah.
And Demonic is to get your second piece. It could be a Time Vault as well, depending on Danny's hand here. But Howling, just playing a naked Howling here, sure, you need to do it. But after that mana start from Auden, I do not believe Danny will do that.
Yeah, I'm... Okay,
Sol Ring
maybe
for the
what's Sol
floating.
Ring?
Oof, more mana. Okay, 4 mana. By the way, what do you like when you function? So, okay, 3 mana.
And the Time Walk.
Is it Howling Twiddle?
I think it's a Time Walk. Maybe. Okay, Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel. Yeah, that's...
Okay.
Okay, throwing a wheel. Oh, sacrifice red.
My plan
that was a good hand.
My plan was maybe playing Wheel, Auden says here also.
You having headphones on.
Yeah. Because as we can see, he did not have that much going.
No.
Like next turn, if we don't know what he would.
He would probably play Wheel, so he's not. Like Danny did some good stuff, but I don't think Auden is very unhappy with untapping with 7 new cards either. But no. What my new setup here, where I actually have set up like some zoom things so we can get the full area, because people and their webcams are kind of bad. Mm-hmm. So Auden is actually sending me like this.
Okay, I see.
But then down. We can do this to enhance the cards a bit more than we've had. This is the one new feature I've introduced on today's stream.
It's nice. And here we do see the Sage being played. And this is also a situation where you might want to, throwing away your extra Moxen mana.
Yep.
I'm kind of, if I would have favored someone right now, it's kind of Danny still. He's at 4 mana. He has I don't know what we would see from Auden here. How much artifact removal did he have? Yeah, the Hercules.
Not much, sadly.
Yeah, so it depends.
Overall, Auden's deck were a bit light on answers, even in sideboard. Yeah. But as I've brewed a lot with this type of deck, it is very, very hard.
Yeah.
Because you need to build it completely for your plan.
Yeah. Now is where he. Okay, so then he don't have a real answer for anything. Now that was the situation where he would have gone about to Hercule or whatever, or you could do it in draw step. No, not really.
The Howling Mine here, probably no Sylvan only.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah, well, Danny has 3 cards.
Auden needs to have a big creature and do the 5-0 thing, like you mentioned, game 1. Yeah. To get back into it. He won't be getting turn after turn attacking with a Suchi or anything.
Yep. These are cool decks to have on stream. I love Auden's deck. Which is no surprise to the regular viewers that Auden's deck is not only right up my alley. I would almost guess that Auden has been inspired by what's been seen on stream earlier. But I won't say that, because Auden is an amazing deck builder that always comes up with cool ideas. So he could have done it. I'm not saying it's true, but it could be, because this deck is the 75 is almost what I could play.
Yeah. And we do see a Time Walk, and we do see a Twiddle, and things are getting out of hand for Auden.
And Chris in chat, of course, you need to build a deck. So you haven't played Old School? Then you should absolutely go through your binders and see what you can do. I'm gonna put out a link in chat for the old school rules. There are a couple of different ones, but depending on where you are and who you play with. But
well, the only thing Danny needs to do right now, because
is winning.
he knows that I don't think Auden, and none of us are thinking, we haven't seen his hand, but none of us are thinking he is sitting on a removal for the time watch right now. So he needs to set up a string of cards with this recall. And here we have.
But he also took everything and it is on 9 life. So
yeah,
I don't know. I missed damage some way, but they say he's on 9. So and here's a big recall. Time walk twiddle. 3. Oh my god, that's a bad hand.
But as you mentioned, we don't actually see the Howling Mine. So
exactly, I would have actually.
Okay, yeah, I might not have scooped either.
No, but in Danny's spot, I would have gotten the Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Like wheel and 2 twiddles.
But the problem with giving wheel is that you're giving your opponent cards that can address your whole board state, I guess.
Sure, absolutely.
But like for an out or something. You can do it like your 3rd turn that you have like in the bag.
But still.
It's in the bag.
Let's see if we can get another feature match. I have a backup table from Mari. Mari is doing great work here behind the scenes. But he's giving me the wrong table number. So, table 515 it seems. So I'm gonna try to set up a new feature.
Yeah.
You can talk more about it.
It looks like we're going into the more brewing-ish things of Magic. But yeah, we kind of did see the same 2 games being played out, like both even after sideboard, and I think like during the whole stream we've had, it's like addressing stuff. If you had enough answers for what your opponent were doing, and this was kind of the same situation for Autumn there, not having enough artifact removal. Danny could do what he needed to do. Autumn needed actually not to. If he had more turns, that's what Danny does. It takes his turn. So, yeah.
I'm just gonna check if the sound works this time. Hello, Magnus. Can you hear me? Nope. Players can still not hear us for some reason, but we'll continue like that.
So we're jumping into. I'm guessing not the first game. They're asking about going to the next game. So we're actually going into sideboarding when we're going in now.
Okay.
We did see a bunch of cards laid out on the table, and they scooped them up. But we will see another game. It seemed like.
Yes, it's 1-on-1 I'm getting here. So I'm just gonna set up everything. And the game we will see is founder of the format, Magnus de Laval, playing against classic players who played for a long time as well. Koos Kramer, super nice guy. And I have both of them on my list of people to see on stream.
Yeah.
With the note on Koos' list, pretty unique. It's a special power monolith build, and Magnus is playing his signature deck for the first time in a very long time. And do you know what the signature deck is?
Has it something with the Skull of Orm to do?
Magnus is not a Skull of Orm player, no.
Well, he did play
okay, chat. What is Magnus' signature deck?
I know.
Okay, Mickey Magnusson has it here. If chat doesn't do it in 10 seconds, he will answer it. Okay, chat still...
Okay, I see.
That is correct.
Chat had correct. Project M. So let's check the decks, because I'm having some troubles here with the match setup and so on. So this is Project M, Seb. Can you take it away what this deck is?
We've seen a bunch of robots going down in this, all of the matches we've seen actually, and this is like the more like the Guardian type of robot situation, and it's more of a control-ish situation probably.
Yeah.
Like,
And apparently I have an error. I can't...
so
What the...
the players are still shuffling up.
Yeah, but Magnus has such a bad webcam thing set up, so... And...
We're trying to get the area being viewed correctly.
Yeah, and there's one arrow isn't working. Okay. Why? Seb stopped talking as well.
Yeah, we're waiting for them to start. We're looking at, I don't know, the third game. So it's kind of it might be the first, the first match we watched also went to game 3. Thank you. We're trying to make MG's area being more viewable.
Yeah.
For our pleasure.
Okay, let's see. Now I can... we go down to the game area.
Yeah. Turn 1... like the kind of best card he could have had is the workshop there, playing into.
My God, MG, you're so zoomed out. It is
playing. Is it a Felwar Stone, I guess, and a Sol Ring? So that's a good start. We do see a strip mine answering the workshop there.
And here, at last, we have it. But Project M is Magnus's pet deck. One of the first things
That is
he
not
plays.
allowed. That's cheating on the camera. You can tap the Flower Stone.
But was
We
it
have people
his,
shouting here.
did he start?
Yeah. But that's how it is, because of some reason the sound doesn't work. So we can't tell them.
Okay, so MG started and he shouldn't been able to use the Felwar Stone.
No.
Okay.
I think on the he changed as well. So skip that part. Now we're on the game. Project M is Magnus's pet project, which plays like all the cards he loved as a kid. As I said, he's one of the founders of the format, and Project M is his pet project. So this is history for the format, the deck Magnus plays. And it's super cool. It's a artifact, transmute artifact deck toolboxy with Guardian Beast as a foundation to either disc or Chaos Orb with, but also plays fun stuff like the Zoo and Doppelganger and
one of your favorite creatures.
Guardian Beast, I said, if
Yeah.
that was what you were going for.
Yep.
But also Solkanar, the Swamp King. It's all the 3 best colors of Magic.
You think?
Yeah, it doesn't play white or green. It plays all the fun colors.
Green is a fun
Oh,
color.
we have a beast here. And Kuz is playing Power Monolith. But he's playing a version... We didn't get to check his deck, and I see the camera is a bit wrong there. And Magnus has changed and just puts his creatures outside his playmat. Let's do something like that then.
It gets removed from the Chaos Orb instantly.
But no, the thing with Kuz's deck is he doesn't play like 4 monoliths and 4 power artifacts and so on.
Yeah.
He plays like 3 monolith, 2 power artifact, and is more of a control deck
Exactly.
with that
It's,
as a win
it's
con.
going about it in the right way, I think. You could go all in,
Yep.
or you can use the mana, and he does that.
It's a control combo instead of a pure
So,
combo deck that we saw last
drawing
turn.
more cards and getting there in a way. Because you might not need the power monolith in your opening hand. That's usually when you're playing 4. But sure, you need it to stick also. So
Oh, okay. We see Power Sync taking care of that Disrupting Scepter,
yeah.
which could have been a disrupting element in the match.
Probably, because one thing that combo decks needs is like having all the parts, and you need to have cards in your hand to get there.
Oh, 1 part. But okay, what do you think about this then? Tapping in the wrong direction.
Yeah, I don't like it. But
Is it an auto loss?
no, it's worse if he would have kept his lands in front.
That is worse. That is worse. And
so-
Chris here in chat takes me back playing huge legends in decks against my sister. That's the thing of the format.
The thing about having like 2 power monoliths here is that you could... Yeah, I don't really see it, because you still need to point where you're playing your power artifact, right? You can't just like, I'm playing this and I still have this extra power monolith.
No. It's an enchantment, so it targets. So you can destroy the target in response.
But maybe it's around, you're playing around Mind Twist and stuff like that, I guess.
The thing MG doesn't like on the board he has, but maybe should have in play, is a disc. Because with a disc in play, Kuz cannot go off.
He's playing at least 1.
But blowing a disc, okay, both would actually go down to 1 land only, so it's okay.
and he's also playing Transmute Artifacts, right?
Yeah.
So they're probably not that far away if he has one of those. But he only has 1 blue mana there.
But Prodemon, exactly. I had this discussion with Paddan here in Stockholm, a player who also taps in the wrong direction. He was like, I learned that, but like the tap symbols is to the right, and the rule book is also showing to the right. And he said, no, not the alpha and beta and unlimited rule book. It actually doesn't show.
Yeah. But he brought back the Disrupting Scepter from the graveyard there. So that's an interesting choice.
I think that's a bad card overall.
You see here,
Answers.
Kuz Kramer has like 2 cards in his hand, so it's might be a better card. I don't know what he more had in his sideboard there. He did have a... No, not in his sideboard, in his graveyard, that is. So, keeping down the cards in his hand, I guess. Even though it's sorcery speed, you can, if you play it, he has enough mana here, as we see, to actually at least take 1 of the cards out of his hand. Mana drain being discarded by Kuz Kramer.
Yeah, but like in this,
Tapping the monolith. Maybe
as it
that's
is
also
right
why.
now, the Disrupting Scepter helps Magnus a bit because Kuz needs 2 cards and also mana.
He don't need. Yeah, he need 1 blue mana at least.
He needs 2. Yeah.
No,
He has 1 blue.
Stone.
So he needs 1 more blue.
And he needs something to do with all the mana. So he
And
needs to
power.
Yeah, exactly.
And firewall. So that's 3 cards.
3 cards. Yeah.
Time
and
Ooh, but Time Walk is good with disrupting.
Maybe he had that in mind then. He set this up pretty good. Like taking all of the cards out of Kus Kramer.
So Magnus is also now starting to tap in the wrong direction.
So
and Demonic as well. Magnus is crushing it.
Yeah. We did see Kus discarding the Source to Plowshares. So he kept in.
I like. Have you looked at the picture of us both leaning in with arms like this, looking the same? I should do something else just to.
So he probably kept in the Source of Plowshares to like address the Guardian Beasts and maybe with the Sorkanar.
He had the Wincon, Braingazer in hand. He still needed multiple turns because 4 blue mana is hard. But
if he would have had blue mana, he would have had like a full grip the turn before because he's playing recalls, right? So he don't need to keep it just for the win.
But we also have and the disc in play here. That's still bad to blow the disc, but just having it
with a strip mine in.
Like stripping that plane, blowing the disc, and throwing the card.
Discarding.
That's a perfect. Kus has nothing. Nothing in hand, nothing in play. Do it just because.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Tell me what happens now, Gordon.
That disc destroys only the Guardian Beast.
The only thing he did wrong was he needed to have 1 more untapped mana so he could kept his strip mine. But
now
I'm guessing we will see the strip mine being used here.
Like throw away the card, which is strip the land. Okay. Just do it, Magnus. Just because you can. Okay, put the strip mine on the side.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Here we go.
And then you please. This is the fun thing with the beast. The disc doesn't, because the disc isn't 1 tap sacrifice.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be destroyed when it destroys everything.
Yeah.
So it is still in play. So with another Guardian Beast, he actually has another disc.
Yeah.
And there he has a combo with the Chaos Orb, which is the same.
That's the third combo you can do with what's going on.
So Chaos Orb, you can flip and destroy a permanent, and it destroys itself. But the Guardian Beast makes it so it doesn't destroy itself.
So Guardian Beast, he had a second Guardian Beast, and all of his artifacts that did all this stupid stuff could not be destroyed.
Yeah, and there we have.
Maybe we should try to get in MG.
No, but the sound doesn't work.
No, but we can get a room. So I asked him earlier. You can give him a link or something. So MG, as we mentioned, one of the founders of the format, and playing his signature deck also with the Guardian Beast that we saw there being used into every aspect of what you can do with the card.
Yeah, that's just such a beating in so many ways. And then we just hope that works as well. I also need to go to the bathroom though, but needing to wait here for MG first of all. Let's have a look at the deck while that's going on. Or let's oh my god, what happened? Game decks. Let's actually watch Kus's deck, yes, because we had already watched that. And this is, I like this build a lot. It's not overly controlling like the deck.
There's a lot of things going on here that's really, really nice. Like the moat, especially with the Serangels in the sideboard. He has an additional moat there also. We mentioning it again that everyone thought we would be seeing a bunch of mono green decks, and moat is pretty good. I guess green. So maybe a meta choice. I don't know. Counter spells, especially game their tomes, drawing extra cards from all that mana. Getting there.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. See if Magnus writes something here or joins.
I can write to
And you
Magnus
can,
also. He needs to check the Taloria chat, right?
You can, and you have the decks there and so on. You know how it works.
So
And talk to chat for once in a while.
I need to talk with the chat. We have Magnus deck and we have that deck. Yeah, I'm just checking here. I'm trying to get a hold of MG first. I'm doing a bunch of stuff while I'm not doing a bunch of stuff. I'm writing to him as we speak. So, it will happen. Someone so nice, but you cannot do. Yeah, exactly. Like Gerard says here in chat, if you can like get rid of all your opponent's permanents, you probably need to go that route. So what we do see here is Magnus also playing like some kind of sweet stuff in the sideboard. He has the Jusum Jin, probably also because of the pet deck value of having that card there. I kind of like the Old Man of the Sea, especially if you're expecting some smaller creatures going about from the Arabian Nights there. The Fountain of Youth. You don't see that many times. It's an undervalued card, I'd say.
Which one?
The Fountain of Youth. What do you think about that, Micke?
It doesn't do anything.
Okay, Micke don't like that card. You're going on the Ivory Tower route.
Ivory Tower is a good card. Fountain of Youth is
not a good card.
Not a good card.
Yeah. So MG is in. We need to get Gordon back so he can bring in MG, and I will probably leave you guys.
Where's the
with
Fountain
him.
of Youth? I don't see it.
I see it in the sideboard there.
As a one-off?
Yeah, one off. It's one life. It's hard
one
to get
life. It's one life.
He's not playing white. I would see it like Spirit Link or something instead, maybe if you're.
You can transmute artifact for it.
And you're actually gaining mana. No, if it's more whatever. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I would actually play like Stream of Life over it.
Okay, but he's not.
He's
playing.
got 2 Cedar Brass and Felver Stones, so he could.
Yeah. MG is getting in, and I'm leaving. And
Okay.
you're with Micke.
Okay.
We're
But
talking
make
about
it
the Fountain of Youth, so this is mine.
Yeah.
Nej tack.
I'm gonna see. Then you need to have this if MG is coming in. Let's see. Yeah, I believe he is ready and can hear us. So let's see if we can bring him in as a guest on the stream. Hello and welcome, Mr. MG.
Hi, Gordon. I'm
Hello.
missing up next to you and like yelling at you and being super drunk and gotten.
Yeah, that would have been the one thing you want right now.
Yeah.
That like I've told this story on stream before we go into I actually want to talk about your deck as well, and that is last NoobCon.
So
it was
2 years ago.
2 years ago. The like top 8. I left the streaming area because I was too drunk and you needed to do it. The year before, you left the streaming area for top 8 and I needed to do it because you were too drunk. Like, that's how it should be.
Yeah. I also remember, like, was it last year that we gave the person in 8th place instead of top 8 competition? He got like a bag of coal and actually.
Yeah.
There's like a sack of coal for not having better tiebreakers. You're taking the guy from Christian Reinhardt's tournament to actually be in the top 8, and you're out.
Yeah, like you made top 8 on NoobCon.
Here's a
But
You're not
microphone.
safe.
I do love it. But congratulations on that win. And you did everything we wanted when we saw, like, you can make him have no cards in hand and nothing in play. Please, Magnus, you need to do it.
What do we call that?
A perfect victory?
A flawless victory.
Flawless.
Flawless victory.
Damn it.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of a big lock because even if you would have like drawn a land, I would have 2 Chaos Orb flips on it before he could draw a second spell. And whenever he draws a spell, he was just gonna discard it. So it was.
When the Chaos Orb hits the table with the Beast as well, like, you will never have anything ever again. In no way possible. That was evil. Do you feel good being that evil?
I mean, I like Kuz, but I mean, I also like my deck. So I tutored for the Chaos Orb because I saw that the opportunity to get that game state like a couple of turns in the future. But I was a bit scared because, especially the turn where because Kuz didn't hit double blue, and I was very hesitant to play my Volcanic because he only had White Mops on the Plains and Felwar Stone, so I didn't want to activate like any of his cards. And then I had to play the Volcanic because he strip mined the workshop, and I figured out getting an active Scepter against a combo deck when they're struggling on mana is usually just so good. So I want to do it, but then I had a turn where I cast and activated the Scepter, and he had a turn there where if he drew blue mana, he could have he actually had Brain Gazer in hand, which I took later, and that would have drawn him 7 cards if he draw like blue at that point. But
yeah, I know we have a Kramer in the Kuz in chat as well. And yeah, that was it. Like, you were the backup match this round, and what a what
It was a
backup.
nice finishing match.
I believe so. But Magnus, you always forget who Seb are. Do you know who this is? Even though it says Seb here.
yeah, of course.
I am not sad.
You're not set. NoobCon 5 or 6 first time, I think, or something.
I think I was NoobCon 3 maybe.
Was it that far back? No, it was only Pefkin and Fork or the Stockholmers.
Was it?
But it was early. It could have been. It could have been 4 actually, but it
Maybe
was way
4.
back.
Maybe I played 4 and 6 or 3 or 5, I think.
Yeah, because 3, I think the only guys from Stockholm were like Pefkin and Fork and maybe.
Who won the third one?
It's actually Pefkin won.
Yeah, I played him in the semifinals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
And I lost.
NoobCon 3.
It was also in the finals of 5 though.
Yeah, I think he played Killer 666 in the final.
Shrum.
Yeah.
But that means you played your first NoobCon like.
No, sorry. 3 was won by Old School, Victor Pedersen.
Okay, then it was
And
4
4
that
was
was won by
won by
Pefkin. Okay.
Yeah, 4
And I
was
played Pefkin
So-
in the semifinals.
Okay, so my point here was old schooler. As we talked about earlier on stream, the guy who got me into old school, and also the guy who got Seb into old school. So that's where
Martin Berlin got me into old school.
which also sometime he will actually be on stream the day after. Yes, tomorrow. Because on Sunday, for some reason, I'm doing it all again. Because then we have the Easter Championship on Pre-Modern. I made them.
Like last physical year when you were out until I know I gave up. I'm not sure around 3 or something, and then you went out and did karaoke with a bunch of people and.
Yep.
Must be nice.
And then play the day after. I do remember you and me we're streaming NoobCon. So the day after the main tournament, we will fight. And then both you and me came 2 or 3 hours too late because we were so.
My record oversleeping for the Calais tournament is that I arrived 9 in the evening. But you always still come because usually Danny Friedman crashes on Calais' couch, so you want to hang out with Danny and.
But enough of maybe 2 what's it called local stuff. I don't think everyone knows what we're talking about. Sorry, chat, and so with that, I really want to talk about your deck, Magnus.
Yeah. The one thing that was fairly easy was that, I saw a lot of people were like struggling, and also your like great trailer for the tournament where, people were thinking about like, what should I build and stuff. And I mean, I finished this deck 5 years ago in 2016, and it's almost like on the back shelf there.
Is nothing changed since?
Yeah, like a few cards every now and then. Like last time I played, I actually played 3 or 4 underground seas. But then I only had them whiteboarded, so I cut them for City of Brass and Island and Swamp. Because the only whiteboard card is one underground sea, but that one is one that's MTG for life thingy. So I gave the money that would have been for the beta to Doctors Without Borders instead. So I figured that I can have one whiteboarded card.
But I like to keep it old school in like one whiteboarded card for flavor.
One whiteboarded for flavor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was really into trying to play Shivan Dragon this year. I got a really sweet Shivan from Björn n00bcom with Ivan Drago on it and Alter. Because Shivan Dragon is like a very close anagram to Ivan Drago, the bad guy from Rocky 4.
Yep. Which is the Swede.
Flungren.
Yeah. And I cut Sinkhole for Stone Ring. So I did like some small change, and I also added Shatter in the sideboard instead of the Blue Elemental Blast, and I cut Ivory Tower for Fountain of Youth.
Okay. Do tell me about the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah. So basically, like I wanted to have some sort of small life gain. It was an Ivory Tower before, but I like to empty my hand. And if you're playing against like a control-ish list, this deck can also take the control role because you have the factories and you can get the book online here by transmuting or something else. So you can kind of take like the control role if you need to. And basically, like in that matchup, Fountain of Youth like halves the power of the factories. But in particular, like it's a counter against Flying Men. It's like a hard counter against Flying Men. And Flying Men is like a super annoying card. And
yeah. No, it's the best card. It says so in a blog post about the new top 8.
Yeah.
Flying Men is the best card.
I played against Dayford Bart in the first round, which was sweet, and he was going like turn 1 Scroob Sprites, and then me being able to cast like a Fountain of Youth makes me feel a little more safe in that spot. And that can make like an aggro player to have to commit more, and then I will land a disc eventually, and then I will clear the board. So I'm not sure if it's like super good, but it can be a transmute target. It has all the versatility, and it doesn't really cost that much to have it. And I think it's better than Ivory Tower.
Okay, hear me out. Everything good starts with that sentence, doesn't it?
It does.
Hear me out. A card that you could play instead, which is a good transmute target that does almost the same thing. Weakstone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate it, but like I also want to be an aggro deck, right? I'm playing like Sulcana and Mammothijin and stuff, so I don't want my Mammothijin to be like a 4/6.
Oh, such a bad card then. But like
also, the difference between costing like 4 mana and 0 mana is like a kind of big deal because you're taking Fountain of Youth against the Tog decks and these kind of aggro decks as well. Because if you activate Fountain twice, that will help you play new land under Anchor of Mishra or something. And the fact that it costs 0 is very good against the Black Vice kind of strategies. So it does more, I think, than Meekstone.
Yep.
What about Stream of Life? Would it be much better than Stream of Life if not for like Transmute Artifact? I still think it would be better than Stream of... Like, I've played Stream of Life quite a bit. On stream, at Fish Leroy, where Gordon hosted, I've cast Stream of Life for 9 and won the game via, like, hard casting Stream of Life for 9.
Why do I put him on stream?
Why? It's a relevant question.
But the thing is that, like, Fountain of Youth plays around the
Likewise.
against like Vice and these kind of things. And it's usually in those matchups that you need like it can be very hard for like Dibatog deck to win if you gain like 5 life. If I gain 5 life, that sucks up like a lightning bolt or 2, or lightning bolt plus like 1 Ank activation. And then if I'm at 25 at some point, then I have the time to deploy my disc or because they usually they're kind of like pain prison where you're just too low on life to do something. I heard you mention before in the stream that you lost the game where you were on 1 life because you couldn't activate your City of Brass before casting your
Mirror Universe.
And I mean, I have Mirror Universe in this deck as well. So if I can get that last life point, it occasionally matters. And Ivory Tower, it also counters Black Vice and stuff, but I want to play all my cards usually. So if I don't have library, Ivory Tower is kind of.
I'm on the side that Ivory Tower is good if you can play a playset in the board, so you have it turn 1. Like a single, even transmute, because then you need to play other things and transmute after it, and you're so low.
I would say it's great if you can come either if you're extremely reactive, or if you combine it with like greed, land tax, or Sylvan Library, because then you can translate those life points into cards. But if you're not like extremely reactive, like you're like super control deck, or if you don't have any ways to change your life into cards with like greed or silver or something, then it's usually not that powerful in my experience.
Yeah. Do you think it's an underplayed card, the Fountain?
Yeah, because like almost no one plays it, so I would guess I say yes.
Yeah, I've never seen it in something that isn't singleton. So I was a bit surprised.
But it does its job. You can like negate the lightning bolt for every card beyond the.
For 6 mana, you can counter lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just 2 mana a turn, and it takes long. It's usually a long game, so it adds up in a weird way.
Yeah.
What was the card below Time Twister?
Oh, sorry, changed the deck there.
Yeah, Will McGrath plays it.
The card beneath the Time Twister on his deck. Sorry.
It was a signed card.
Yeah, I'm setting up for the next game, so I forgot about that. Sorry. Let's see if we can bring MG's deck back again then.
Speaking of lives and paying lives, have you thought about the Book of Rasp by any chance?
Yeah, I think it's a little too mana heavy. I prefer the Jane Day Tombs here, but I've definitely thought about it.
Yeah. The ultra signed card.
Yeah, that is a Brain Gazer that I got from the Russians, like way back from Constantine, which his friend altered with Hellboy, and Hellboy was released like just before Magic, so it's a correct like it's not what's it called when it's wrong time. I forget a word. I've been drinking too many beers while I've been waiting for the streams.
That is okay, but we also need to stop this interview. I need to set up for the next round, and you need to get ready. Are you 2-0 now, or?
Yeah, of course, man.
Of course. So we are hoping to see you in the top 8 then with this amazing deck. Like for real, you know what I like in old school as well. You know every single card in this deck is almost a favorite card of mine. So I want to see it more. So big good luck in the tournament, Magnus, and hopefully see you later.
Skål.
Cheers. Skål.
Cheers, man.
So we have some something is strange. I don't know what.
Is it this one?
Yeah, you are always strange, but no, something has happened by something pressing like the wrong button, so like it doesn't animate correctly.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
But why? Why? Okay, we'll have an ugly stream. Fuck, I hate it just so much. We don't. If we skip guests, this will be fine all the time. And Jeff, thank you so much for the 420 tip. Oh, I don't need this now. Oh, so much nicer. Thank you so much. I hope you like it. And drunkenness level should go up 1. But with that, we have some.
Do you have actually Game of Magic?
Soon. Next round is starting any minute now, and we can see. Let's see. Thomas Nilsson maybe usually comes with some cool brews against Jonathan King on. And he plays bots. We've seen bots. Björn Jonny Myrbacka, Enforcer, against Gauntlet of Might deck. I believe that's
a nice one.
That for me seems like the correct one to do. That's table 19. So do us a story while I'll set up.
What do you want a story about?
It's no fun to Newcom 4 or 3, like the Stockholm scene going into Newcom or into old school, because it's on the other side of the country, Magnus and so on.
So me and Martin Berlin took the trip over, and we played a cube draft before with Martin's old school cube, and then the tournament started, and it kept on going forever. So the semi-finals was like maybe at 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning, which was a pretty long day because I took the train leaving from like 7 in the morning or something like that. And then I played Pefken, and I won the first game. The second game he was playing the Parif, it's called the artifact deck. Parfait. And I Hercules recalled him, so he had no permanence in play, and I played Wheel of Fortune, and...
oh my god, that's evil. That's what Magnus did. That's the...
Yeah, but I lost that game.
What?
Yes, that was happening. I lost the game, where Hercules recalled my opponent, and he had no permanence, and I drew 7 new cards, and I lost.
I don't even know how, like, where do I begin to ask questions about how?
I don't know.
How do you, like...
I was quite tilted afterwards, because I lost the last game. I was playing with Sushis and Channel and Fireball and 4 mana drains. And I remember twice being able to Channel Fireball him, but I had a City of Brass. So I couldn't counter his, because he was playing Blue Elemental Blasts, and I had a feeling that he had a Blue Elemental Blast. So I was trying to gain 1 life, so maybe I should have played a Fountain of Youth in my deck.
Probably...
Lesson learned.
That's how you do it. That's how you win. That's how you win.
Yeah, and Pefken won, because he played against, in the stream, 666 Killer in the finals, who played the deck.
Yeah, who is here on in chat.
I see him.
Yeah, with stupid, I don't even know the things he uses. With that said, if you subscribe to his channel, I need to do the push now and plug. You can use this emote, the AGI, as Garfield intended.
Okay.
With... it's a Garfield with the pixelate, the cool sunglasses of the cool dog.
Okay.
So that's the emote. That was Garlasset.
I love it.
Well, like it's a thing. Honka as well. Like AGI.
AGI as Garfield intended.
It's something you should, like, you hear it all the time, especially when you play other formats. Like someone uses Dredge in Vintage, and someone like, as Garfield intended. But we actually play as Garfield intended.
Almost.
Almost.
We don't have mana burn.
And we don't do a Chaos Orb flip on the whole table,
No.
which would be awful.
And the mulligan is more up to date.
Yeah. Have you ever played with Chaos Orb as it's made?
It wasn't played, it was banned almost from the start. So you couldn't play it.
But
So I never played a tournament where you can actually hit permanents with it. I don't think almost anybody. Has anybody in this chat played with it for... You have?
Yes. Because
90
No.
Alpha?
Alpha. That's
Alpha 40. Yeah.
Not Alpha 40, not these like people do now, calling it the format Alpha 40, Alpha 60 and whatnot. Like the first, when Magnus said, let's do a tournament before NoobCon.
Yeah.
Like only Alpha is allowed. We are playing it as the rule book in Alpha says. That's it.
Yeah.
Do whatever. It is horrible. We have a game, but only one player. So let's see. Hello, players. Can you hear me? Players, can you hear me?
We have a first turn Library of Alexandria and no opponent. We don't know. We have a library and a Tundra.
Okay. I'll try to fix the text, so do another story about whatever you want.
For that NoobCon, the fourth one, Mana Drain was unrestricted, which was a pretty nice card to be able to play with 4. Me and Berlin were talking to Magnus about it, and this card should probably... you should probably not be able to play 4 of the Mana Drains in the deck or any kind of blue style deck.
No, the like Mana Drain into Amnesia.
Yeah, or a Mana Drain into a Game Day Tome is usually game over. The only problem with Amnesia for a card, it's being blue.
Can the players hear me?
Hello, players.
Nope. They can still not. I have no idea why it has fucked up.
So I think Amnesia is usually good in the first duel, and after one you try to pay 6 mana and they use 1 mana to counter it. So I don't think it's a particularly good card.
It's okay with Mana Drain.
It's okay with Mana Drain, but with only 1 Mana Drain. It used to be played in Type 1 when Mind Twist was banned. You played Amnesia instead of it for a while.
Okay.
So Mr. Library of Alexandria guy is online.
Yeah, we have Bonnie online, but
So is Bonnie the lucky one?
yes. If I can do this, does that change anything? Yeah, for some reason there's... he has issues with the camera. Okay, so he seems to have overall issues, not only feature match issues. So...
Could we switch games?
yeah, we will go to another. Okay, we're gonna leave this feature match. I'm gonna see if I can fix another one. Sadly, this was not what I wanted, but if that's what my spotter says, let's see.
So we're getting Thomas Nielsen against Jonathan King instead?
That is the plan here, at least.
So fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed that it works for you. And I also need to set up names and so on then, of course. So much to do. And we can't see chat right now. That's a bit
That's
sad in
unfortunate.
this. Yeah, my whole setup is made for my like using 3 screens and so on. It's hard when we do it.
With only 2 screens.
This is actually not even a screen; it's a separate computer, so which makes it even more problematic. So hoping for these players to set up this match. We never entered the match. Cabo Kings. Is Cabo Kings one of... Is that Jonathan King? So they're probably then in some Tolari,
Some limbo.
some whereby room or something like that instead. Come on.
Do you have a counter for orb flips? Missed?
No, but I should.
Actually, is the counter for 1?
Counter is on 1 right
The
now.
counter is on 1. So we have 1 player.
1 player's in the room. I don't know if they can hear the players.
Now we have 2 players.
Perfect. Let's see if we go to the game area.
You choose a permanent and then you flip your Chaos Orb. And if it hits the permanent is destroyed. But you can respond to the activation of the Chaos Orb with a, for example, Shatter or Disenchant, and it's destroyed and won't destroy the permanent.
Oh my god, his camera. That's for real, his camera said. Okay.
So the player on the left has a Swords to Plowshare, and a Chaos Orb, and a Disenchant, and a Tundra in his graveyard.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on here. We don't know exact decks. I'm gonna show us if we actually know what they're playing. That seems like a good idea, doesn't it?
It does. So no more guessing game what's going on.
PQSD. So Thomas Nilsson there on the left
It
is
seems to be on the deck.
the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty straight up the deck.
And
Against
Mr. King.
IG. Let's see, where do we have him? Mr. King is playing bots.
But, yeah.
With a couple of cool one-offs. A Prism and a All Hallows
Hallows
Eve
Eve.
and a Candelabra and a Winter Orb. Okay, strange things.
And we have a Demonic Tutor for... I'm guessing he would probably get Ancestral Recall. That would be my educated guess.
Seems about the right, I would say here. But yes, I believe Thomas is pretty favored here in this matchup. The big expensive threats of bots easily handled by all the removal. Like all creatures can be killed by both of the
Plowshares and Disenchant or Divine Offerings.
Oh yeah, even Divine Offerings. And also, we're round 3 out of 7 right now.
So you might not have gotten for the Ancestral Recall, but maybe for a Mana Drain?
Yeah, keeping up a counterspell is not
Or
bad,
the
but-
Underground Sea, if it was short on mana. And then he drew the Volcanic Island.
Or he just doesn't want to play it into open to blue, doesn't know what Jonathan is on. It could be a counterspell.
Yeah. But if he plays it during the upkeep and he Mana Drains, it's almost like a Time Walk.
Sure.
Sort of. 'Cause
But it's not 3 cards.
It's not 3 cards, but it's 1 turn, and the Mana Drain doesn't have any effect almost, because you get the mana during your next main phase.
Yeah.
And he has
And
1
it's-
City of Brass untapped.
That is true. Would you do it that way?
I mean, I'm in no rush at the moment, and I don't know what my opponent is playing.
Okay, taking some damage here, going down to 20. But whatever is happening is getting mana drained.
It was a recall.
So maybe the demonic target then from Thomas.
Yeah.
But I think, when our match coordinator spotter Mari said Thomas Nilsson, I was like, yeah, this could be cool because he's kind of famous for playing a lot of combo-ish decks.
Yeah, and now he went for the. And now I'm guessing it's a Braingazer.
Braingazer. No.
Even better.
7 cards in hand.
How many cards do you have? None.
The worst question to get asked. How many cards do you have in hand? Sorry?
So, just curious, how many cards do you have in your hand? None.
It can only mean 2 things. A wheel or a mind twist.
I could be balanced also, but it's...
Sure.
But it's 10 times out of 9, it's mind twist. It's like out of the blue. How many cards do you have in your hands? Like I drew my card, and how many cards do you have?
Especially there, after the top deck, And
there's some big tells in old school. That is one of them.
Same. I'm going to my second main phase.
Yeah, that is. I wonder what you drew.
Do you have a mana drain in hand? Now the book is on the side here on Thomas as well.
Looking kind of bleak for Mr. King.
Yeah. So how long will this game go on for?
I mean, he could probably scoop right now.
Would you scoop? I would.
No, I'm not a fan of scooping, but now he's getting back.
Monodrain?
Monodrain. That card.
It seems bad against the deck called Into the Abyss.
So he's getting Time Walk and Mana Drain, maybe? I don't know what. We don't know all the cards. Ancestral and Mana Drain.
I would take the Mana Drain. Demonic Tutor is good. Time Walk is good, but just having some good protection, that's how you win now. Now he just needs a factory and starts to,
And some other tells from old school is Recall Regrowth tell. It's like for the entire game, a player hasn't looked in the graveyard. It's like I draw my card and here's my graveyard.
That's why I always leave my graveyard.
You fan the graveyard out.
Yeah,
sort of. Yeah, that is wise.
So I just know by a look, and sometimes I look to see.
Yeah.
But it's hard. It's something I've worked on to look every now and again.
Yeah, that is wise. Oh.
The same as you should start to every once in a while say go to my second main.
Yeah.
But that is hard. I really want to do it, but it's such a good bluff as well.
Yeah. But it's much. I think it's better when you play live. It loses kind of those mind games kind of lose some of it when you play online. It's much harder to. Now we're getting some action. That is a mirror universe.
That's a very bad mirror universe.
It's still a mirror universe, and
he's on less life. 5 less life.
Yeah, but if the game goes for 14 turns, he can trade lives.
Absolutely.
Just keep on tapping that City of Brass.
Yeah. Sure. It's not a dead card. It's just there's better cards.
Yeah. No, I think he's wasting his divine offerings a bit. Maybe he doesn't know what his opponent is on. But those swamps would kind of signal that he's not on the deck. But he's probably on some kind of guardian beast shenanigans.
With all the Felwar stones earlier, I would say, and blue-black, something artifacty.
Yeah, and then I would probably save because he divine offering a Felwar stone and a soul ring.
When he has 6 mana.
Yeah. I know he has 7 cards in hand, but there should be worth saving, I guess.
And also, gaining life when you have the mirror is probably also... But Thomas is a great player. He has a plan, and that's probably... I don't know, just do stuff quickly.
This game is over.
Yeah. Thomas' plan is not to think too much, just do things quickly.
No.
Things are going... Okay, he's sorting the graveyard, or what? Not okay. Oh, he hasn't even played it yet.
It's like draw 3, discard 3 cards. We should have mana burn and die at end of phase when Mirror Universe was the best card in Magic.
Oh my god, that was just... So, end of your turn, mana burn me for 10,
Yes.
have 1 life left. Oh, upkeep, I'll change and mana burn me for 1.
No, you couldn't mana burn for 1 because mana burn was at the end of each phase. So you had the city of Brass. Here you go.
0 life you can get from me.
Yeah.
And Moat in play as well.
Yeah.
So he played Saramain. Okay, he's burning now with City.
Yeah, but the problem is your opponent has 2 cities.
Yeah.
So you're gonna trade on.
But he doesn't use them, so...
He should. He should start using cities to go down to like similar life totals.
But also, like, he played a Moat when he... and now he has 2 factories that could have won.
Yeah. Maybe he has he has a disenchant in hand for sure.
For sure.
So now it's time to disenchant the Moat. Look what I did!
Yeah, you can 2 for 1 0 for 1 to yourself.
Yeah, he should have discarded. So, Mr. King, it's time to play the next game.
Yeah.
Because your opponent played a moat and disenchant his own moat. And you can play your factory. And your opponent will for sure have an answer for that factory.
That factory will not survive.
It will become Sourced Plowshare.
Okay, I'm going to go with Stone Rain.
No, does he play Stone Rain?
I believe he had one. No, maybe not, but I'm just hoping.
It's getting Swords to Plowshare, Clairvoyance.
Okay, I'm gonna... His things are happening as they should. No, okay, there is no
Stone Rain.
Okay.
But he discarded 1 Swords to Plowshare, and I believe he has another one. It's time to burn.
Yeah, the mirror has done things, but 16-16 still, I don't know. They're trying to sort out some life total things here. I don't know exactly.
Maybe what they should do is go up to 20 life each and shuffle their decks together and call it 1 up for Thomas.
So how do you shuffle 2 decks together over the interwebs?
I don't know, just shuffle their own decks, I don't know.
But
look, it's a Source to Plowshares. He's tapping 1 white mana. He's tapping a... Oh,
they're on 14-14. Okay, we see the attack now.
Yeah. And...
But yeah, he's used Divine Offering, he's used Disenchant.
Look, now he's tapping the plains. No!
Okay. No life for you. No soup for you.
No soup for you. Maybe he has the swords, but he's doing the math, and no, it doesn't.
Which card is better? In this situation, you don't know what your opponent on. You've only seen this. Which would you keep in hand? Swords or Disenchant?
Probably swords.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of close.
Because he could be playing like Solkanar the Swamp King, or Mamuti Jin, or
Guardian Beast. But like it is close. Because it could also be an artifact or combo-ish deck where you want Disenchant, but...
Hold up!
What is it? Celestial?
Prism.
This card is...
This is a mono artifact.
Do not play this card. It's
Maybe it needs 3 green mana for like Gaia's Leech or something.
well, like, a lot of Jonathan's deck. It's very cool.
It's a cool card.
Like Jonathan's deck is super cool just because all these one-offs making it fun and so on.
Yeah, but
But this card is maybe one step too bad.
yeah,
Oh, it's Dan. You can always
here
quote
you go.
me.
Here's a fireball.
Yeah. There's he's all, by the way, on 6. I forgot about that. So yeah, we are going in sideboarding, and there we see the scooping. So let's look at the other deck, the fun one.
Yes. So he should take out Celestial Prism for
Oh
one.
fuck! I just did. Yeah, the Celestial Prism should probably go.
But it's a nice card because you know what you want to sideboard out all the games.
And that's always good to have. But otherwise here, like the Candelabra, the All Hallows Eve, Talos Coffin, Prism, 1 Transmute Artifact, 1 Winter Orb, 1 Balance, 1 Copy, 1 Animate Dead. There's a lot going on here.
Oh, yeah. Does he play the...
Is it one of each basic in the sideboard, and he already plays 6 basics? I need to go to the bathroom again. I'll call in Seb.
Call in Seb. Seb could maybe have some questions about the Celestial Prism. This deck is down 1 game, and they're sideboarding.
A lot of robots going around this day.
There's a lot of robots, and he's playing against the deck.
Aha! First deck I've seen in a while.
So what are you...
But I'm thinking here,
Yes.
I'm wondering what he's doing with this candlestick.
He's using it for factories, I guess.
You could draw a bunch of extra cards if he has his library online, I guess.
Yeah. You could use it for the workshop. It's okay.
Yeah. They add some mana from that. And,
Do you think he should sideboard in the helm?
Well, that's nice. That you don't see that much.
You do. It's a cool card.
Yeah.
Actually,
Helm of Control.
So to keep it serious, he should disrupting and maybe disenchant
Yeah.
and
Taking in, that is.
taking
Yeah.
in and taking in also sinkhole. I would taking out 2 of the abyss maybe.
And this is the Jonathan King deck we're seeing, and this is the deck that we're seeing being played. So it's a classical, the deck, I guess.
Yeah, but he's playing 6 disenchant, destroy kind of artifacts.
And that's pretty good against robots, I guess.
And he's sideboarding 1 more, Divine Offering.
Yeah. Probably not to have keeping the abyss. Maybe taking in 1 or 2 not Sarah Angels. That is depending on the reps are pretty good also.
Yeah, so Abyss out for a Divine Offering and 2 Red Elemental Blasts for maybe
Copy artifacts and power, whatever.
But what should he take out then?
Glöm inte att sätta på matchen om den
börjar. Where can we see the match? If it starts or not. It might have started. Okay.
Oh, we were just in time.
Just in time. They're setting up the match. You could take out, depending on what you're facing. The deck it's a clean cut 60, 75.
I would maybe take out
something. Everything is right there.
I believe so.
At least it scored on stumbling on stuff, not his.
not us destroying his home.
Yeah. Okay. So they're still shuffling up. We see the decks to the left and the Abyss to the right.
The robots.
Who would have thought the deck was up one?
Yeah.
But I think
with his 7 destroy artifacts and 4 swords to plowshares.
A lot of answers, and I guess the big problem playing like robot large stuff, you put in a lot of faith in big stuff, and you have a removal for it. Then you don't have a way to go from there maybe. So it would be interesting.
For every card like Candelabra or Cecil Prism that he draws,
he's down.
He's down a card, and he's hoping for his robots. He should probably take in the Hive also, which was in his sideboard, which is one of your favorite cards, I believe.
I love the Hive. I know that it's not that strong because usually you don't sit on 10 mana. No. Because for actually to make it work, you probably need to be able to activate it when you play it, especially against all that removal you mentioned.
It's not okay. Turn 5, play the Hive.
The players are doing the classical, what pile do you want to put on top? And Jonathan is on the...
On the play?
Play, okay, yeah.
I would guess.
So into the Abyss, and no Abyss, as we mentioned.
No Abyss
probably.
For you.
Yeah, not that good in this matchup. And some of the maybe fun part of this, like sideboarding going into game 2, is like that. Do you keep in the Abyss? Probably not. And do you take in the Sarangels?
Yeah.
The Sarangels are probably really good if you don't have also for them. That's also a problem for...
You could answer with 2 of the Triskelions for 1.
Yeah, and then you go in like backwards in a way. Like we haven't really seen the robots succeeding on stream. Here
we go. Here is Time Walk, which results. Take 1, player.
Taking 1. I don't like taking 1 from the...
I don't like City Brass as a card at all.
So, yeah, I could see the explore effect from Time Walk here. Jonathan is figuring out that's like the perfect land he could deploy, I guess.
Yeah.
Playing large artifact spells, taking 1 more from the city.
Maybe a Suchi,
untapping.
Mana Vault. And Triskelion, maybe?
That's a good follow-up. He starts with... He's playing around...
On the Force Spike! Triskalos!
Did he pass the priority?
I don't know. You should always float 1 mana in response.
In this case, he could not float the mana, but he maybe should switch to the next phase.
Yeah.
Something. Tundra, passing turn. I think now you probably split them, won't you?
I would have split them.
He did not, it seems.
But
probably took 1 from the...
Because it's obvious that Thomas doesn't have a Swords to Plowshares, because then he would have used it before. He
right.
had the ability to split them up.
But the disenchants and whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
so I think it's
you could
very greedy.
Yeah, you could have kept like 1 counter on, I guess, or something.
I would split them up because
me
like
too.
Nobody's playing
Wrath of God.
of God. The only answer is balance.
Exactly.
Or
and balance, you're basically balancing because you're at
because your opponent
cards.
has like 2 cards.
Exactly.
Or 3 maybe. So that was definitely.
So they're actually Thomas Nielsen says he is at 16. You're right.
Another one is at 18, right?
Not 15, 16. I don't know why he's
at 17.
Tapped the City of Boston.
Yes.
So, okay.
So what did Mr. King tutor for?
Probably not the not the candlestick, I'm guessing. Okay, the game is over already. That's interesting. Going to the... I guess, I don't know. It's over.
So that was a quick game.
Yeah.
Strip Mine and one Thunder for Thomas Nielsen, and his game was over.
Yeah. I don't know what he did not get on a second land or something. Why did he? Maybe told like his opponent he would take a time walk. What would you even get there? I don't know. Time walk. I wouldn't take a time walk. I would probably take a copper artifact. Maybe a strip mine.
No, Strip Mine was all used.
Yeah. I don't know why he scooped. He just like.
Because even if I mean he was at 16, so that's 4 more turns with the cards currently in play.
Yeah.
And he. No, it's 1-1.
1-1.
1-1. King tutor for something, and we don't know what he told his opponent.
So there we go. Yeah, 1-1. So we're waiting for them to sideboard. We could check the
decks again.
I guess so, if I remember how to do it.
Shout out to Eternal Magic of BR.
So there's the deck once again.
Yeah, because when he had the 4/4 flyer that he didn't split up during his upkeep,
Yeah.
he still has a lot of answers. He has 4 swords,
Yeah.
4 disenchants, 3 divine offerings, and balance.
Balance wouldn't have mattered, but all of the other
balance
answers
would have kept him alive at least, and not scoop on.
But answers. I thought you were talking about why you did not split it up, or
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was talking why he.
Why he scooped.
Yeah.
That's a premature. Like you have a lot of answers here, but we don't know what he had in hand there.
But even if he had like the 7th worst cards in his deck, he still has outs for drawing lands and a disenchant or a divine offering or.
And here we have the other deck that we saw, and we mentioned maybe Sinkhole is I don't know.
But he had.
When are you taking in Sinkhole?
I mean, it's nice.
Yeah.
Your opponent plays lands.
Yeah.
Here you go.
There we go.
There's a sinkhole.
There's always a target. You're right.
If there's not a target,
you can.
You're winning the game.
Yeah. You're right.
The game.
Then you're probably all right.
So should we go back to the games to see if they haven't started yet?
I don't think they have, but maybe if they're quick.
Yeah, they're quick.
Uh-huh.
They're mulliganing. It looks like Mr. King is thinking about mulligan.
What he will or will not do. And Thomas is the starting player, and we have
a Thundra and Go.
Tundra Go.
A factory.
Maybe we could see like a turn 2 copy artifact of the factory, or
the
just trying to go for the Featherstone. Yeah, that's for Thomas Nielsen. Why he plays in the factory turn 1. I would not like attack with it though. Maybe.
No.
Both of the players are doing the same kind of thing. He puts his Felver very much to the right though. It's still in play, I guess. Jonathan's Felverstone.
Hello, here you go.
Hello, how many cards?
How many cards?
How many cards did you say? Can you say?
I have 1 card in hand.
1 card. Okay, yeah. So
you can keep number 5.
What we would like to see now from Jonathan, depending on.
He didn't cyber out Celestial Prism, so he's not he's not watching the stream.
But it did have
He did have mana for it.
Yeah. So
was he playing any draw 7s? Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Like you cannot really choose what you keep, so that's pretty good. So it's up to at least.
But he drew the Ancestral.
4 cards.
Otherwise, he would have responded with it.
Probably, yeah. But
or he's really lucky.
Yeah, maybe he's playing for luck there. But you don't want to lose your Celestial Prism. Maybe your.
That was. This is a nice follow-up with Jane Day Tome.
I think this is a good follow-up. I don't know about using the Mono Vault, but you don't want to get countered. Maybe. I don't know.
Now it's time for Thomas to have one of his 7 destroy target artifacts.
He's tapping an okay, this is his turn. They're passing the turn. Untapping the Mono Vault, playing a land. That's kind of a risky move, untapping it, actually. Because if Thomas would have waited with a removal for the Mono Vault, or the book even.
Yeah.
Like untapping.
But waiting for removal for the book is...
but
it's
like,
not recommended.
Yeah, you're right. Go for the book. So that might be the correct play there.
So he's going to use the book as a greed now? Tap a city and a mana vault?
That's more than a greed.
It's a greed.
And a stasis. Half a stasis and a greed. Because you need to untap it also. He did not even draw a card there. So you agree?
We're in for a long game.
Yeah.
And so I think I agree. Agreed. Now he's tapping a lot of mana. 6 mana, 4 mana, 5 mana,
5 mana, 6
2 mana, 4 mana.
He don't even have the candle. He's just tapping and untapping. Draw a card with the Mono Vault.
So the real question is, why didn't he do it at the end of turn?
Yeah, if he's still...
And now
he's
swinging.
Okay.
Hello, here you go. Take 2.
Oh, he did take 2. So...
I wonder what cards Thomas has in hand.
Thomas actually is at 13. So maybe it's all of those cities that he took damage from. So maybe that is the correct play. Jonathan, he should have taken some damage from the City of Brass, maybe.
Yes,
he's
he
still
should
at
have.
20.
He's not.
Yeah, we can't really check in with the players, so let's hope it don't really matter right now. But there
is a regrowth. Yes, that is a regrowth, and that is a mind twist again. How many cards?
How many cards? None cards. 2 cards. Would you go for the disenchant though?
For the Game Day Tome?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, me too. And even
I don't like my
answer for
opponent drawing cards.
But he also took 2 extra damage for like that. So
it's down to 9.
I don't know. Jonathan is not keeping up his life totals, but I'm just putting him at 19.
He's way lower.
Thomas
than that.
is at 9.
Another fella. It seems like almost like Thomas is out of gas. That he's holding
Yeah.
probably a couple of counter spells.
He kind of relied on that mind twist doing what it should have done, but like the Game the Tome did what it needed to do. That's the good thing about books, right?
There you go. Strip mine.
Okay, strip mining. That gives him a couple of turns.
Strip mine is also one of those old school tells. I draw my card for the turn and like.
Okay, you're looking at.
And I'm looking at my opponent's lands.
In real play. You're
real
like
play.
leaning over.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I need to see better. What kind of lands do you have in play?
Could you like separate them a bit? Okay.
Fireball for sushi.
Fireball on the sushi.
Does Thomas have any cards?
I don't. It looks like he has at least 1 or 2, a couple of cards there. Yeah. Jonathan, I think it's kind of up for grabs still, because what Thomas needs is some sort of draw engine, or did both players play an ancestral? No, only Jonathan did that, right? So
I think he has a recall now.
Yeah.
Recall for 2.
Or call it.
Getting ancestor recall and Misha's factory. Go for the beats, Thomas. No, what's it? Jonathan? Go for the beats. Factory.
Yeah. Maybe the Chaos
Orb doesn't do anything. Thomas is at 7.
Maybe the Game Day Tome. I know that he's on 7. I'm just... No, okay, 7. I'm just figuring what he's thinking about. It's exiled. I hope that don't matter later on.
Did you see what he got?
No. We'll probably see that now.
So it's ancestral, and I would definitely...
We did see a counter spell being played, so I don't know if that happened now.
Yeah, I did, because the top card was a fireball before.
So I'm guessing he did not get anything. That's
That's such a slow roll. It's like,
Yeah. What are your targets?
What are the targets? But it doesn't matter. You're gonna counter spell anyways.
Okay, I'm just getting like 2 lands. No.
It doesn't target.
Okay, you don't need to target.
You don't get target.
Yeah.
Recall is such a better card now than it used to be.
Okay.
It used to be discard on casting it.
Okay.
And you should choose targets.
So this is.
So it's almost like a good card now.
Drawing into
So
time.
you played
Thomas.
Explore.
I think this is still like anyone's game.
Explore.
Mishra is a big play. You
And
don't mind.
Black Lotus.
Maybe he's playing it out now. He probably had it.
Because Thomas is out of cards now.
Yeah. He might as well have it out in play, I guess. I don't know why, but.
Because he has Disrupting Scepter in play.
I see. I'm missing what's graveyard and what's not.
Graveyard is Recall, and the other cards, they are in play.
So clearly you play out that. Maybe you kept it because of like.
I would actually probably keep the Lotus in hand because it's
making your opponent
pay
use-
3 mana
Yeah.
because he has a tap mana vault.
Yeah.
So I think I would sacrifice my Black Lotus by discarding it. And I'm usually
Maybe that's what he's doing now with a land or something.
Who's favored? Keep up with life totals.
Life totals are 7-15. You're right. Favored right now, I think Thomas is slightly favored, even though we have a Disrupting Scepter. We have another Mishra's
We
Factory.
have 2 Mishra's Factories.
Yeah.
His opponent is at 12, so it has 3 more turns to go.
It's been a really good game, I'd say, even though we did see like
2 Mind Twists.
for almost the whole hand. Maybe Jonathan was like at the back foot of this, but we did see him come back from what
No,
happened
he drew
with the
a-
tome and whatever.
Because he got Mind Twisted for 5 and then top decked the Ancestor Recall. Otherwise, this game would have been fairly over.
Yeah. Here we have another hit of 4. Let's see if it has an answer for it.
It doesn't have all that many answers,
No,
I believe.
It goes down to 8. I think this has been like the story of the evening and or day, depending on where you are. Like how many, as we did see with the Thomas decks, he played like 100 removals for artifacts and a bunch of removals for like the creatures. Jonathan did not play as many removals. And here we see him being beaten down with the Mishras, just like dwindling down. Open Manual says I should do every other water. Yeah, you're probably right.
But also wrong.
Yeah. Also wrong. Right and wrong. 7, 8. That's correct.
What are your thoughts about Disrupting Scepter? Do you like that as a card?
I like the idea of it, but it does not work out as you think it should. He's at 4 now, so it's one more
So
turn.
he needs to top deck something?
Yeah, and he shows his hand. This is what I have. And he did keep in the Abyss. I don't really agree with that against the deck. So, going back to us, I guess. Hello.
So we have Thomas Nielsen beating Jonathan King for 2-1.
And that's nice.
And Jonathan King kept the Abyss.
Yeah, that's what we were ending on.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
because Thomas.
The only card you can actually take out is the Sarah Angels from sideboard, and we did see too. He don't know. We see everything. We have perfect information, but
that is always good to have.
yeah. But usually playing against the deck, you don't see that many other creatures. So
I would not have kept the Abyss for.
no.
Because if he plays out the Abyss, your opponent doesn't really need to play his Sarah Angels.
Yeah.
And as the deck can always wait until he finds a disenchant when it's relevant, and then he plays the Sarah Angel, and I don't think it's a good card to keep in.
No, not in this situation.
I would much rather have Sinkhole.
Yeah. Sinkhole was a
Sinkhole. He was beaten down by 2 Michel's Factory. So
I asked you whether when you would take in Sinkhole, he would kind of run away a couple of turns at least if he would have had that instead
the
of
clock
this.
would have been at 6 instead of 3.
Yeah.
Sinkhole.
But the Prism did its role, and the Helm of Kachuk did its
Helm of Kachuk was in the sideboard, I still believe.
I thought I saw it in the graveyard there being...
Was it in the graveyard?
Yeah, I don't know when he played the Mind Quiz, but...
It was a Celestial Prism.
Yeah. So we're going in for a quick break, and then in... okay, so in 7 minutes we're doing a quick break.
No,
okay.
In 2 minutes,
Gordon
in 2 minutes, we're going for a 5-minute break.
Is that true? Right, Gordon?
7 minutes, but yeah.
Okay.
You understood the message correctly instead of 7.
I just saw a bunch of numbers and then I took it away.
Yeah.
And
so in 2 minutes is probably like 1 minute now. We're going for a 7-minute break.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Producer direction works better with Mikkel and Seb.
Yeah. You should address it to him then. Yeah. And I can push buttons.
Yeah, can we get back to card economy and disrupting scepter?
Yeah. Why it's not good?
Why is it good?
I don't know. You have to have it in play, and both of the players need to keep everything in at hand. But you need to already have it in play, and I don't know. You need to. It's a threat, but only to the hand. I don't really get it.
Yeah, the problem is that it ties up so much of your mana. First of all, it's one card. So the first time your opponent discards a card, you're even.
Yep.
Except for that you have tied up 3 of your mana.
Yeah.
So that's 3 more cards. So by the time your opponent has discarded their 5th card, you're up.
Yeah.
And by that time you have paid 15 mana.
Yeah. So you're in for a really long game for it to be good, or at least viable.
The problem is if your opponent plays a game day tomb.
Yeah.
Game day, and they start. It's a looting effect.
Yeah.
So, any more thoughts about disrupting? You can put them out in the chat.
Put it in the chat.
And we're going for a how long break, Seb?
7 minutes. 5 minutes. 6 minutes.
Back in 6
5
minutes.
minutes.
We need to do a refill.